I'm Mary.
I'm Helen.
I'm Joe.
And you're watching Word of Mouth.
His name is Godot.
I think so.
Fancy that.
Tonight we saw Waiting for Godot.
The curtain goes up and you have two vagabonds or two bums, you know, they're just in the middle of what seems to be maybe, I don't know, Colorado or just some rocky, serene tree in the middle of the stage.
Basically, it's about these two men who are waiting for this person or thing we really don't know named Godot. And they're just basically waiting all day. They've been waiting forever, and they're just sort of trying to figure out how to pass the time until he comes.
It becomes their day and how they are interacting for that day. And it's all about that one day, kind of like Groundhog Day, if you ever saw that movie. Like, okay, today this happened, well, tomorrow it's going to happen again. It's that kind of a feeling. They know that something happened yesterday and it was kind of like the same as today.
Estragon and Vladimir are just basically waiting for something to happen, and they're waiting for Godot, or Godot.
In walks this guy who's also dressed in ragged clothing.
Lucky, all right, lives up to his name because he's got a noose around his neck and he's got this whale that's walking behind him, leading him like a donkey. Whatever he says, Lucky does.
He's frothing at the mouth and drooling and all kinds of things, and holding on to the back of his rope is Pazzo, seems to be his master. So it's like a master-slave relationship.
He thinks he's this great intellectual, but he's really just a blowhard, basically.
Nathan Lane, his character was referred to as Go-Go, and you know, he was Nathan Lane. I mean, he was tremendous. He's a tremendous actor.
He was really funny in parts. Of course, in his own demeanor, he always is. He's a real comedic actor. He was sympathetic too, because he had the basic wants and needs of food, sleep, and that kind of a thing.
I love Nathan Lane, so I was just completely in love with this play because he's the lead. He just has this wonderful comedic timing, and his face is like no other actor's face.
Bill Irwin is tremendous. I recognize him as a character actor. He always reminds me of Gumby because he's known for his dancing and his comedic stuff, and I was waiting for that. But that just never came along.
Bill Irwin was Vladimir, and I thought he was so amazing in this role.
Bill Irwin is just magical in how he holds his body and how he walks across the stage, and he does great pantomime.
What more can I say? He was exceptional.
John Goodman, Pozo, Bozo, I don't know. He comes in. I happen to like John Goodman a lot, you know, for his Coen brother movies and everything else. And he's just, it's pretty bad when you know, he's not a bad actor. He's tremendous, and I think that he did well on the stage, but you can't get past the fact that he's gigantic.
He trips and falls, and he can't get up. And you really think this poor guy can't get up, and he's acting like a walrus in the middle of the floor.
He's moaning and groaning. I thought he really hurt himself, you know, but apparently that's acting.
John Glover was terrific because you felt sympathy for the guy, you felt happy for the guy when he told him to speak, and you could see that he was really articulate. He had spit flying, he had all kinds of stuff happening, and he was great. I enjoyed him a lot. I really did.
Even though I couldn't get what was going on, I could tell that it was great acting, and that sort of kept me in the show.
They were enjoyable to watch. They really were, because you knew that they were really crafting their characters. It was a nice thing.
I thought that it was like seeing your favorite actor in just the wrong movie. You know, it's kind of like when you see De Niro in something, you say, how is this the same guy that was in Godfather 2?
It was great. I really liked this play. I thought the acting was exceptional. Kind of confused as to what the heck it meant, but it was well written, and I thought the actors were just phenomenal.
It's a Seinfeld episode. It really came from the fact that it's a show about nothing.
After the first act, my wife and I looked at each other, and we were just like, huh?
I went in being a little bit intimidated because it's, you know, Waiting for Godot. It's very, you know, it's artsy and ritzy, but once you go in, it's fine. you don't feel at all intimidated. You don't feel over your head. You don't feel like you're doing a lot of work when you're just supposed to be enjoying it. You can just sit back and soak up the play.
It was tough. It's just tough. I mean, you know, you believed all the characters, and you knew they did the most they could with each respective role. But at the same time, you put it all together, and, you know, sometimes, like, it's like making a pizza, you know. I mean, pizza's pizza, and you want to eat the pizza. I love going to Broadway, you know. You want to go to a show. You want to enjoy it, but there is bad pizza out there.
It's not boring at all, and I kind of felt like it might be boring because I think sometimes plays can get a little bit boring if they're not kept fresh. But I thought I was completely entertained the whole time.
This is a tough one because not all of my friends are going to like this kind of a show, and honestly, I don't think I would have come to the show if on my own. If you're really into some sort of classic type of show and you want to sit and watch a comedy to a certain degree, but a serious type of play about the meaning of life and finding God and all this other you know, kind of deep thought feelings, this is a good show for you. But you know, it's hard for me to describe it any other way.
At one point, I said, "Do you think they forgot their lines?" You know, and you know, it was unbearable. You know, it's kind of like waiting for, like you go to the dentist, you know you have a cavity, you know, and then you're just waiting, you know, and you know it's like, it was never ending. It really was. It was never ending pain.
But I definitely say go see it. It's a really important piece of theater. It's very well acted. The actors are just, you don't get this kind of cast very often. And I'd say go see it.
I would tell my friends that if they had the opportunity to get a root canal, if they had the opportunity to get donkey kicked in the chest, if they had the opportunity to do just about anything else, do it.
I am glad I saw it, because it wouldn't be something I'd pick on my own, and I now know, at least I've seen the play, I've heard about it 1,000 times, and I've seen the play, and it helps you kind of get a perspective of what other people are trying to go through their life and figure out what's good and what's the right thing to do and fight through the change and try to change every day to make a change to be saved or to find God or whatever. So yeah, it was interesting. I'm glad I saw it.
Well, what do we do now?
Wait.
Yes, but while waiting...
What about hanging ourselves?
Oh, to give us an erection.
An erection?
With all that follows. Where it falls, mandrakes grow. That's why they shriek when you pull them up. Did you not know that?
Let's hang ourselves immediately.